Hello everybody, welcome back to the Shark Shack YouTube variety channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Black Ops series and my opinions on all the games pretty much. I did something similar with the Arkham series, and today I want to do it with the Black Ops series because these are some of my favorite Call of Duties to date, and I have a lot of things I want to say about them. So I want to just jump right into it. First off, I'm going to do an honorable mention of World at War. I mean, this is technically the game that started the Black Ops series. I think it has the best kind of visuals out of all of the games, and that use of real world history with the stuff they want to tell within the story they want to tell. I think it's really impressive, and that kind of nitty gritty look that Treyarch was going for really shines through. And again, I just really love the visual cutscenes and like the 3D graphics that they use. I think it's really cool looking. Now, to be honest, I didn't play a whole lot of World at War in its heyday. That was kind of before I really started getting into gaming, but I do know a lot of people love this game. It's one of their favorite World War II era Call of Duties, and I think from the little time I've spent with it, I can see that. I think it's really impressive. Zombies, of course, this is the game that gave us zombies, and it's really fun to play. It's not as complex as later titles, but it's still something worth playing at least once. Now, our first official entry, Black Ops 1, is the first Call of Duty game I actually played, and it's really impressive by today's standards. And it's really stands out as one of the better visually appealing Call of Duties, in my opinion, with the graphics. It kind of carries over that kind of nitty-gritty from World at War, but it also tells its very own unique story within history, and I really appreciate that. I think I really like that sort of integrating real-world history with the story that Call of Duty wants to tell. And we don't really see that up until Cold War, so what Black Ops 1 does here is very special. It's one of my favorite campaigns with the numbers and all of the brainwashing. I think it's really just a fun time. It's not very complex, it's very easy to follow, and I think it's one of the stronger titles. Multiplayer-wise, I mean, you got the party games, wager matches were a lot of fun, and you can kind of use COD points to gamble. I thought that was interesting. And, of course, zombies. I mean, this game really stepped it up from World at War, and I think Treyarch really realized that zombies was here to stay, and this is something they want to put a lot of effort into. Some of the maps like Shinonuma and Moon, those were really dope. And Kino being that one zombies map where you can just kind of survive and pack a punch and just pretty much do what you got to do. The other maps do have Easter eggs, so I think it's nice to have those kind of inclusion of both types of gameplay. But all in all, I mean, this is Black Ops at its peak. I mean, this is what Black Ops is supposed to be. I feel like some titles later on kind of lose track of that, but this is where it started. Up next is Black Ops 2, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, this is my favorite game of all time. Or at least one of them. Not even just in Call of Duty, just video games in general, so I'm going to be very biased. But honestly, the campaign is one of the best Call of Duty campaigns in my personal opinion. That kind of branching storyline it kind of has with the different choices, I think that was a really cool inclusion. And I just think Menendez is a very convincing villain. I like the little twists and turns that the story puts you through. And I think overall it's a very fun and enjoyable experience, even to replay to find out like different outcomes. I think that this game has a lot to offer in that regard. I remember having a lot of fun in multiplayer. Unfortunately, when you play it, it's plagued by modders. I think for the other Call of Duties, that's just how it is. But the multiplayer was fun. I mean, the guns were all it was a very balanced game. They nerfed the DSR. I don't know why Vondi had to do that to us, but I think it's just overall a very strong and fun multiplayer. I mean, what else can I say? A lot of these games just have a great multiplayer, very balanced. It's just easy to just hop in and sink hours into. Now, I feel like with zombies, Black Ops 2 really started to up the ante with maps like Buried and Mob of the Dead with their complexity. Of course, Origins is a fan favorite. Personally, I'm not a huge Origins fan, but a lot of people love Origins. I can't deny that. But for me, Mob of the Dead is very fun. Buried's very fun. Transit and Die Rise weren't very huge hits in the community. I mean, understandably, they're not the strongest maps, but I think they're still fun to play every now and then. And I also like the inclusion of like one-offs like Nuketown 2025, and you could play the transit stops like Town. Town is a very fun map to just kind of do classic zombies gameplay. Same with Nuketown, even though it's kind of cramped. I think the inclusion of both types of gameplay is always very nice for all kinds of players. Now up next is Black Ops 3, and I think this is where Black Ops started to have sort of an identity crisis of what they wanted to be. The multiplayer, I mean, it's fun. For a jetpack Call of Duty, I'm not a huge fan of them, but I do think Black Ops 3 was the strongest. The campaign is a mess. I'm not going to even, there's not much I can say. It is a complete mess. I don't know what's going on. All these years later, I replay it and I just lose track of what's happening. But it's very long and there's a lot of substance and there's customization that's within the campaign that I really do like, actually. But just the story, it's hard to follow and I'm not a big fan. Zombies, I gotta be honest with you guys, I didn't play a whole lot of Black Ops 3 Zombies or Black Ops 4 Zombies, but from what the community said, I think Black Ops 3 is probably one of the better Zombies experience. You have like gobble-gums and a lot of variety in their maps, and I think a lot of people appreciate that, so I will praise it in that regard, even though personally I didn't play it all a lot. Up next is BO4, and I think this is it's here. I mean, this is the saddest Black Ops in my opinion. No campaign, of course. There's just multiplayer, and I think the Blackout it was called. There's not a whole lot to say here. I think multiplayer was fun. It was decent. They tried to go for a more competitive gameplay with increased health, and this is where we get stims, but it's okay. I mean, it's fun for what it is, and I think there is some value in the multiplayer. Blackout was fun. I do like the map, and I think there's some really cool inclusions. It's just unfortunate it was locked behind a paywall. Zombies, I don't know what's going on. I played 9 a little bit, but I can't really give a huge opinion on that because I don't have a lot of time spent with it, and I think it's just kind of mixed when it comes to people's reviews of Zombies. I think it was all right, though, but yeah, that's all I really have to say about this game. There's not much here, and I think this is where the identity crisis of Black Ops really shines through. Now we have Cold War, and Cold War is just, I mean, I think it could have been great. I believe that Treyarch only had a few months to develop this game, and for what they had, I think they did a great job. It's just really unfortunate. The campaign is one of the best we've gotten with the ultimate branching storylines and whatnot. I'm not a huge fan of the character customization, only because it makes your character voiceless, and there's not a whole lot to that. I think they do a lot with what they have, with the Bell storyline being brainwashed, sort of like Mason. I just think that we should have played as just an important character rather than going the customizational route. But other than that, I mean, the characters are likable within the story. It's very interesting. I don't know how it plays into the Modern Warfare storyline. I know they're coming together, and with MW2 being the way it is, I don't know how Black Ops 2 is going to work or if it's being retconned. I don't know. But the campaign for Cold War is very fun, and I love the 80s aesthetic. It's very enjoyable, very appealing. It's just unfortunate that the multiplayer didn't get a whole lot of time to cook. It's okay. It's this weird feeling. I believe my friends and I were talking about it. It just feels weird. I don't know what to say. It's more fast-paced than 2019 was, which I do appreciate, and there's a lot of fun to be had. It's just okay, and I can't really put into words what it feels like to play this game. I just feel disappointed, and I feel like if they had a lot more time, Treyarch could have done really something special, in my opinion. Now, Zombies, I think this is one of my favorite Zombies experiences. I love the customization that's there and the way you can level up perks. And I think the option of Zombies being as hard as you want it to be is really cool, in my opinion. I love how you can follow the main quest if you want to, or you can just survive. I think the inclusion of both playstyles is really something special. Outbreak is very interesting. I think it's a good concept. I also think it needed some more time in the oven. But Zombies, the normal maps are really fun. The Easter eggs aren't too crazy. As someone who doesn't do a whole lot of Easter eggs, I've done all of them. It's really fun, and I like how you can turn your gun into a purple tier if you do all of them. I just think the choosing your difficulty is really something unique for this game, and I think a lot of the other Black Ops games don't have that. But I do think it's something that more games should have. Overall, I really wanted to love Cold War, and I do like it. It's just, I wish the multiplayer was just stronger in some way. I'm not a game developer, so I don't know how you would do that, but I really hope this next Treyarch game is really, they have a lot of time. And I've heard rumors or something. I don't want to spread rumors because I don't know if it's true, but I think that if they follow Cold War's route and just make a better game with more time that they have, I think this next game we have is going to be something special. And with Microsoft deal coming through, I don't know what's going on. But I do think these games are very special, and I can't wait what Treyarch has in the future, to be honest. I think 3 and 4 went through a little bit of identity crisis with trends. I don't know how it goes in these development studios. I don't know if they're pushed to push trends or if they just do it on their own. But I feel like if these developers had more freedom, I think we'd get way more uniqueness in our games, I should say. But yeah, that's all I have. I just want to do like a quick little video of my thoughts of these games because I really do like them. If you have any thoughts, please comment down below, and I'll see y'all later.